Hi, I'm Camille Shankin. I am interviewing Kaneisha Grayson. She's an entrepreneur and has done a lot of really amazing stuff building creative businesses. So I wanted to talk to her for our jobs success stories. How are you doing, Kaneisha?
I am great, Camille. I'm actually going to just maximize the screen so that you're a little bigger, but
Okay.
that's over now. I'm great. So it's a sunny day here in California. I'm in Santa Monica, and I'm very excited to be here and share my story or any advice for creative folks, looking for their career path.
Well, my first question actually has to do with your web-based businesses because I know that this is an arena and a job choice that a lot of creative folks are thinking about going into. So you started Crazy Girl Nation in May 2009, and you started The Art of Applying after you graduated from Harvard Business School in May 2010. So a lot of us in the arts field are interested in using new media to monetize our own consulting business or our blogs. So what advice do you have for artists or arts managers who want to build a sustainable web-based income?
Yeah, so the first thing I would say is to not necessarily think of your blog as blog equals money. Try and think of your blog as a live, dynamic, kind of like business card or portfolio for whatever your creative expertise is. So for Crazy Girl Nation, I really wanted to build up a reputation as a dating expert and a relationship and happiness expert. And so, instead of trying to put up on my blog immediately, okay, I'm doing dating coaching and I have all this stuff for sale. Not anything necessarily wrong with that, but first I wanted to actually show my skills and my talent, so I just wrote a lot. When I first started Crazy Girl Nation, I didn't have a fancy web design. I didn't hire anyone to design it. I just kind of threw a blog up onto the internet and started to write every single day. And with that consistency and that content that I built up, I started to gain a following and people who trusted what I was saying because what I was saying was resonating with them and it was being published pretty regularly. A lot of people, when they start a blog or let's say an online based venture, they get discouraged because at first no one's paying them any attention, but that's because there are just so many blogs out there and so many of them are extremely fleeting. So whatever kind of artist you are, if you're a musician, if you're a graphic designer, if you are a writer, a blog is a great way for you to showcase your talent. However, you have got to put up new content and it has to be consistent. It doesn't have to be every day, but just choose how consistently you're going to put up the new drawings, the new songs, whatever, and actually do that so that people can depend on that. And so it may not be that your blog itself makes you money, but that people find you through your blog for other opportunities. And you have this great history to show, that you are legit and experienced and been doing this. So now I can say I've been writing about dating. At this point, it's 2011. It's almost May. So now I can say I've been writing about dating for 2 years. And it's not even that I've been paid very much money. I've been paid occasionally to do it. But it doesn't matter that I haven't been paid for that. I was making money with the art of applying, and I was also in school. But I have now this kind of authenticity, this legitimacy, because I've been doing it for this amount of time.
So it starts with the product.
Yeah, and I mean, it's actually a great thing for artists because what artists love to do, no matter even if you are really into theater, management, whatever, is artists love to create. They don't really like to worry about where's the money going to come from. I would advise artists to not worry about where the money is going to come from, but to actually have some thought and some strategy around how can I make money from this. But the beautiful thing is artists love to create. So create first, and then once you have a canon of work that you have created, then think about how you're going to monetize it. A lot of times we get kind of caught up because we create and then we're like, okay, let's sell it. And then if people don't buy it, you feel discouraged and you don't want to create anymore. And I actually take a lot of inspiration from like rappers. And I like rap music, but not any more than the next person. But, kind of in the South or probably all over America, but I'm from the South, rappers, they don't go to a record company and say, give me a record deal, and then they create the songs. They create the songs first, sell them out of the back of their car, get a following, and then take that to a record company and try and get a deal from that. And so I know a lot of times writers want a book deal before they write the book, or they want a freelance writing job at a magazine before they write. But the beautiful thing about the internet is you can put your own work out there and let the people speak for you and say that it's good and help you then go to more established outlets to get paid.
Now, as you're writing this online content, I know that the ownership of it can be a concern, especially for artists and other authors who are posting their original work online. Have you taken steps with either of your websites to prevent others from pirating the content that you've written?
Yeah, so as a business school student, I'm embarrassed to say that I haven't. I haven't trademarked things. I haven't copyrighted things. It says copyright on the bottom of my pages, but that's the kind of copyright that any layperson can put on something that they create. I haven't filed any paperwork with LegalZoom, and I wouldn't, and I don't. I definitely advise that you do that. However, I think sometimes, because we're in a creative field and we're artists, we think that there's you got to protect a lot of your work, or people are going to steal it from you. People are going to steal your book idea and turn it into the next, Twilight or whatever. And it was my idea but what I've been told is that worry less about people stealing your work, because everybody is out there hustling, trying to do their own thing. They're too busy to steal your work. That is not to say to be careless, as kind of I would say I have been. But I guess for me, I just feel that my brand has gotten to be so strong that, like, everyone knows Crazy Girl Nation is mine. Everyone knows The Art of Applying is mine. The responsible thing would be to trademark it, copyright it, do all that stuff. But really, I have, to this point, not had a problem with people taking my content. It has happened a few times, but it's never been people taking something that I created and saying they made it. What they'll do is they'll copy and paste an article and put it on their blog, but they'll say, hey, Kaneisha wrote this, I found it. And that'll happen. And in a lot of times in the internet world, that's called syndication. It's not stealing your content. And I think that is a responsible step to take. Do it. Cross all your T's, dot your I's. That's just my personality type, is that kind of do first and then worry about the legal stuff later, or whatever. But my emphasis is on create. Brand everything you create attached to your name, like Kaneisha's Crazy Girl Nation, The Art of Applying with Kaneisha. Your face, put your face real big on stuff, even if you don't think you're a supermodel or whatever, it doesn't matter. Make it attached to your brand, so that, say you no longer want to really do dating advice, people love Kaneisha, even if I move on to, let's say, health and fitness.
Mm-hmm. So your consulting business, The Art of Applying, we haven't talked a lot about it, but it helps people who are going through the college and graduate school applications process. Mm-hmm. So speaking as an applications expert, what skills do artists have that they can apply to their resumes, their cover letters, and their interview processes? And if anything, what should they look out for or avoid?
Okay, so one thing I wanted to say, because I haven't spent much time speaking about The Art of Applying, is it actually is where 95% of my money comes from. So I, as much as I would love to put a lot of my effort and my focus on Crazy Girl Nation, I have not yet found a very lucrative market. The dating industry is huge and growing, but I'm still trying to find my place in what will people pay me to do that I actually want to do. Whereas with The Art of Applying, it's something immediate that people understand, are willing to pay for, and I can actually, pay my bills doing it. So I just wanted to be forthright about that. I think a lot of times people are kind of hazy and not very transparent about those kind of things. So I work with non-traditional applicants. So I actually see a lot of people who have very creative aspirations or creative backgrounds who are looking to go to business school or graduate school. And they have a lot of skills. Like, I would consider myself, not necessarily when I was applying to business school, an artist, but I was very creative and I was from a non-traditional background. So the first thing would be just an appreciation for beauty in all of its forms. So, a lot of times in graduate school, it's a lot about theory and debating ideas, no matter if you're going to law school or whatever. And all of those things are very important. And a lot of times artists are very good at communicating and expressing themselves. But I think that there's something really special about having an appreciation for beauty. So that could go anything from wanting to express yourself in the written word in a beautiful way, wanting to not just make a PowerPoint presentation, but make it be, something that's aesthetically pleasing and easy to understand. I think another thing that artists and creative people have when they're doing so their their application just going on the beautiful thing could actually turn into make it a piece of art. I know that sounds corny. It's an application to school, but a lot of times graduate schools have a flexible piece in the application, either an optional essay or blank sheets of paper or even your interview, and use that opportunity to shine whatever is your strength as an artist. So. If possible, if there's a way for you to kind of submit your work as a part of your application, do so. Don't send in things that they specifically say, please don't send tapes or please don't send manuscripts. But if there is some way for you to showcase your talent, do so. And an easy way would be to start a blog, put whatever you want on that blog, and then have a link to your blog on your resume. That's nice and easy. You haven't sent in anything physical, lives forever. They can see it. Things that applicants should watch out for: comparing yourself to other people, comparing yourself to other artists, and especially comparing yourself apples to oranges with people who don't even have creative pursuits. I think that, for example, I really like to kind of persuade artists who are thinking they want to go to graduate school. I like to persuade them to get a management degree like you have. And because I think that there is, it's one thing if I'm an actress and I want to be an actress.
Or it's for a
then you don't need to go to business school to be an actress. But say you're a person who's like, I love the theater, I love being around the theater, I want to be a part of making theater happen, but I don't necessarily want to be an actress and I'm not sure what to do next. You might make a really great, I don't know all the terms, but like theater manager or CEO of a theater company or something like that. And I just love that a management degree really helps you take whatever your passion is and make money off of it. And I think that's one thing that artists are not always taught to do. So the thing I would say to watch out for is comparing yourself to other people. We are all on like our own individual paths to greatness. And don't look at someone else who got a book deal or got a record deal and think about, oh, that should have been me. Instead, try and figure out what did that person do that resonates with you that you could also do, and also what could you learn from that person.
Cool. And after like the
I'm getting distracted by the man talking on the phone. So anyway, that is the office life. But yeah, so don't compare yourself to other people because it's only going to get you down. You have no idea what things that they're dealing with in the background.
Well, thank you so much, Kaneisha. It's been really great to talk to you, and we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to record this for artjob.org. What are the URLs of your blog and your The Art of Applying website?
Yeah, so The Art of Applying is at theartofapplying.com. You can read all about my admissions coaching services for non-traditional applicants applying to graduate school. And then my dating and happiness blog is crazygirlnation.com. You can also just Google my name, Kaneisha Grayson, spell it however you want. It'll find me. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Kaneisha.
Thank you, Camille. I really enjoyed being able to just share a little bit of advice.
Just kind of prepping for the Long Beach stuff.